Derek Cianfrance's Blue Valentine was nominated for a Grand Jury Prize at the Sundance Film Festival in the drama genre because it's a solid movie. It's a very vivid and telling contemporary romance, modern day love story. This is something that probably happened a lot in the 40s and 50s, just people didn't really like broadcast it, but it seems to happen more and more today. A woman gets pregnant and she's fooling around with a couple of different men, and sometimes the man that marries her isn't really the baby's daddy, so to speak, and drama ensues. In the case of Cindy and Dean, Cindy being played by Michelle Williams, Rara, and Dean played by Ryan Gosling. You just hear that? So I heard a bunch of women screaming somewhere. Every time I say Ryan Gosling, I hear women screaming in the background somewhere. Anyway, you get these two good-looking people, and you put them on screen. They have good chemistry together, and there's a lot of flashbacks back and forth, and you kind of see that one person has grown in the relationship professionally, and the other has sacrificed. Cindy being the one that has grown professionally and is doing some of the things that she wants, but not everything. And Dean being the one that has pretty much sacrificed any chance that he had at any type of success for this woman. Not that Dean would have been a success anyway, because from the way he's kind of shown in the film, Cindy is his escape. Cindy is like his dream to get the beautiful girl. And he may be rough around the edges and things like that, but he's a good husband and he's a good father, and he's trying desperately to bring some kind of passion back into their relationship. And Cindy is just not, she's not for it. They're not clicking anymore, they're not working. After watching the movie, you may wonder to yourself if they ever actually did click in the first place. But it's just a very realistic love story, and how things don't always work out the way that you want, and you kind of have to make lemonade when you get dealt lemons. Or just sometimes some people are so screwed up that they create these situations for themselves and they end up hurting the people around them. As a man, yeah, I am a man. As a man, you really feel for Ryan Gosling's character. He's totally, without a doubt, infatuated with Michelle Williams. He's in love with her. And he's willing to do anything and everything to keep her and to make sure that she's happy. And it's not enough. And I mean, to me, I think that in itself is quality storytelling. I think that the fact that not everything gets tied up in a little bow, even though sometimes we kind of like those, especially in dramas and things like that, we want to see some kind of permanence, some kind of conclusion. We're not really left with that. It's just a story of two people and how they've drifted apart, and the silly mistakes people make in relationships. Getting people's numbers, talking to people, just not thinking straight. I mean, Cianfrance does a great job of that with some of the dialogue. He, in addition to directing the film, he actually wrote it as well. And you just see that, I hate to say it, but this is probably a guy that's been messed around a bit in relationships, and he understands the dichotomy, the things women go through and the things men go through. How Ryan Gosling, when in some of the flashbacks, looks like how he did in The Notebook. Clean cut, good hair, women will be going crazy. And as the film goes on, he doesn't look anything like that. And it's all because he's had to work his tail off to keep a roof over his family's head and to give his wife an opportunity to get things done and to be a good father. So, I mean, I think the last time that I really felt this sympathetic for a male character in a drama, a love story kind of drama, I don't know, maybe creamer versus creamer, even though that had a lot to do with the relationship with the child. And even though the relationship with the child is important too, as like I said before, Ryan Gosling's character Dean is an excellent father. It's not to the same extent because I mean Dustin Hoffman was a bastard before Meryl Streep left the kid, but Dean's just an excellent father, and you could tell he really cares. And his wife just continues to put herself in these situations and say things and do things that don't really show the viewer that she was ever really in love with this guy, that she used him. And some people may not like that. Some people may not, be able to identify it, but it happens. It's pretty realistic drama. It's well told. The cinematography's nice. It's bouncing all over I believe there are some shots in New York City, but it's all over. It's all over like the Northeast area, kind of. That's at least what I was getting from it. And the dialogue is very realistic. There's a organic feel to it, and you feel like you're listening to someone tell a story, even though there's not really a narrative structure in the film. You're just watching. You're watching these flashbacks and things happen in real time, and you are putting the pieces together as the film goes on. And as a result, the end product is something that is extremely watchable, has a bit of an independent feel to it because of the flashbacks and because of the modified storytelling variations and things like that. But it has good. Michelle Williams is solid. Ryan Gosling is solid. John Doman. There's a couple of other people in here that are pretty good. Ben Shankman, who's the doctor that you want to just like beat the crap out of. They're all good. All the actors are solid. So, before the Sundance Film Festival started, Robert Redford was saying how he thinks it's cool that Hollywood actors go to the independents to kind of get roles that they wouldn't get before. And even though this is obviously a role that both Michelle Williams and Ryan Gosling could have scored in a Hollywood setting, it's refreshing to see them kind of take these roles and do something different with them. And because of that, because of their performances, which are very solid, and Cian France's directing, and their solid, like I said before, solid cinematography, everything works. Blue Valentine is a quality film that should be in cinema soon. It was picked up at the end of the festival, so you guys should be able to get an opportunity to see it in theaters very soon. So, check it out.